Hello and welcome to another edition of the Brooklyn Baby podcast with me, your host, Charlene Sabb. Hopefully everyone has had a great week. I know I'm enjoying my week, or should I say enjoyed my week. It was my first day back at the school where I teach. I'm actually, for those of you who didn't know, a year-round, used to be traditional, but a year-round English 8th grade school teacher. Used to be traditional, but I decided a year ago to switch over to year-round because I love the schedule. I don't know if I mentioned that in the past, but if I didn't, or if I did, I'm going to say it again. I love the track 4 schedule with the breaks that come after the end of every quarter, 45 school days. Today's topic is aging gracefully. Aging gracefully. And I am 53 years old, which I know I've probably mentioned before. And people ask me, well, you look young, and my family, do too. And I know my mom before her passing, and my dad, who's currently still alive by the grace of God and in good health, again, by the grace of God, he's going to be 87 years old next month on August 30th. So people commonly ask all of us, and my sister too, she's 63 now. She just turned 63 a couple of weeks ago. How do y'all look so young? And I'm going to say, first and foremost, I feel the key to looking young, well, first of all, having a great set of genes is a great canvas. I mean, really, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't hardly have any gray hairs on my head. And depending on how I part my hair, you can't see anything. So I think that's a big, major help. The cards that you are given genetically with the way you age. Because if I have parents who age gracefully, and a dad who is still aging gracefully, and a mom before she passed who was aging gracefully, if I take care of myself, chances are I should be aging gracefully as well. All right? But I'm not even gonna lie, that's basically the canvas with the genetic cards that you were given. Okay, but let's say whether you have the great genetic cards or not, another key is to eat properly. Eat properly. Eat properly. Just make sure you're having fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, drinking copious amounts of water daily, eliminating alcohol intake. Now, let me be clear. I love a good drink or two or three, but at the same time, I have to realize if I want to look a certain way, age a certain way, taking back several or a few drinks to the back of the head is not going to really work. Just don't take it to the head. So control, and that's something that I'm going to be honest with you all, I struggle with, because I love a great cocktail and sometimes go overboard with my love of a great cocktail. But I'm going to be honest as well, I'm realizing I can't do how I used to do with my 20s and 30s, even 40s. The older I'm getting, I just realize that, hey, I can't play around anymore. No wiggle room to play, because how they say black don't crack, my black will start to crack if I keep taking a lot of drinks to take it to the head. All right? So again, genetics, eating right, drinking little or no alcohol, and at least if you do drink, just in moderation. Too much of anything is no good, and definitely too much alcohol is just a recipe for disaster. I'm a stickler for getting my rest. Just try to get at least, I would say 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night, at least. I know I personally strive for 8. I strive for 8, and just trying to eliminate stress. Because everyone has stress in their lives. It's just some people have as my mother would say, some people have a plate full of problems and stress. Some people have a platter, and some people have the whole damn buffet. But no matter what level of stress or amount of stress you have, it's just how we cope. Because if we worry, and if we allow the stress to consume us, that will really, really augment the aging process for anyone, really. I also believe in keeping stressful people out of your lives. If you can avoid it, keep stressful people, problematic people at bay. Watch your circles. It could be your family circles, your friend circles, because sometimes we allow very toxic people into our lives, whether they're family members, friends, lovers, situationships, relationships, whatever the case may be. Watch who you have in your midst, because people can really make or break your peace. And if they make or break your peace, that can ruin your calm, and it can add to your stress. And stress is a major factor towards people not aging gracefully and looking all frazzled and crazy and stressed out and whacked out. Okay, try to exercise. I know me, I'm just really utilizing my gym membership to the max for the past, I would say, past year and a half. I acquired my membership 2 years ago, but for the past year and a half, I'm really getting my money's worth. But let me be clear, growing up, I have a dad who was an avid jogger. He would jog with his buddies and sometimes bring me along to jog around Prospect Park in Brooklyn. And if I didn't jog along with him and his friends, I would bring my bicycle and cycle, or just do a walk, or maybe a combination of walking and jogging. And in addition to that, I know growing up, I wasn't a great basketball player like my sister, my oldest sister, who's 10 years older than me. But I did play basketball starting, I want to say it was in 8th grade I started basketball. It was either 7th or 8th. I want to say it was 8th grade. And I continued playing basketball all the way through 11th grade. I wasn't that good, but I really did it to stay in shape, and to also socialization, hang out with my friends who were also on the team. You get to travel to other schools. And then it was a great way for me to stay in shape as well. And I also, growing up really young, was a fan of always doing aerobics. Now, my weight goes up and down now. You know, sometimes I'm another size bigger or two, but then I'll drop it. That's always been something with me. My weight fluctuates like a roller coaster. But at the same time, through it all, whether my weight gain was due to too much time at the table, eating a lot of good, healthy food, or whatever the case may be, I constantly always had some kind of form of exercise. It might not have been as intense as other times, but it may have been as light as taking a walk, or jogging or doing aerobics. But then there are times when I might intensify the workout and drop weight. But regardless, weight gain, weight loss, being active has always been a part of my life. And that's just a thing that my dad always instilled in us, just physical fitness, being in shape. He always says, I never have been fat a day in my life. And he hasn't. I know I have. So, but I just try my best to try to exercise because health is wealth. And I know when I exercise, I just feel better mentally. I feel I look better. I have more clarity of thought. Oftentimes when I'm exercising, I could work situations out in my head, and I gain a lot of insight while I'm walking. Sometimes I take calls and I problem solve with whomever I'm talking to on the phone while I'm exercising. But often than not, I really prefer exercising just with a clear head, clarity of mind. And sometimes I might listen to other people's podcasts or vloggers, but often than not, I'm just jogging in peace and in quiet, but definitely trying to get exercise in. Some other factors, listen, I am a big proponent of a skincare regimen. Yes, skincare regimen. Keep that skin moisturized. I just was always a fan of going to the dermatologist pretty much off and on for the past, I would say 26 years of my life. And then oftentimes, even if I didn't want to make those visits, just at least have a supply of the skincare regimen that the dermatologist would put me on, and it saves a lot of money. Instead of buying the products through them, okay, they have me on this type of product, that kind of product. Okay, I can just order it myself online and maybe kind of hack the system by just seeing them when I needed to see them. Maybe if it was for a facial, or maybe if I needed an update of a prescription. But most often than not, just go to a good dermatologist or a place that specializes in skincare. Whether even if it's not an actual certified doctor, there are a lot of skincare spas and places that will give facials, and some will actually give more medical type of facials. And I find that very helpful. Just some kind of skincare. But even if you don't go that route of going to an actual skincare spa or an esthetician or a dermatologist, I just found that in addition to drinking plenty of water daily, eliminating or reducing alcohol intake, exercising, get yourself on a good skincare regimen, down from starting with what you use for your cleansing your skin. Buy a great facial scrub. Buy another facial cleanser, which is not a scrub. Make sure that you are also moisturizing your skin. Find a great serum that works for you too. Serum is like a little secret for the skincare soul. I'm telling you, a good serum. And you got to pretty much find what works for you, because what might work for me or the next person, you might not fly. So everyone's got to find what works best for them, because there are some skincare products which may cause someone to have a breakout, but not cause someone else to have a breakout. So basically, bottom line, people got to get themselves on a nice skincare pattern or regimen that works for them and their skin type. That's very, very key, extremely key. So I also feel that another key to aging gracefully is just having a positive spirit. You know how they say, like, the eyes are the window to the soul? Well, your spirit, a person's spirit, not only does it show on the outside, but it also it sinks down to the bone. It also radiates the other way and comes from the inside out. Because you ever seen people where they don't have a good spirit, and you could just look at them and see whether it's an evil spirit, a negative spirit, a non-positive spirit. But then conversely, you could look at people and see in their eyes like a light, an inner light. And I've had people tell me, you have a certain light, an inner light in your eyes, a shine, a glow, a happiness. Don't ever let the world take that away from you. Keep it up. So, and I'm not saying I have all the answers or I have it all, but my point is, a key to aging gracefully would be a positive spirit. A positive spirit right down to your core. And that positive spirit that is right in your core will often radiate to the exterior. It goes down into the interior, but it also radiates outward to the exterior as well. So that's very key and very important as well. And as I mentioned, be careful of who you associate with and spend your time with, because certain people can drown you or bring you down with their negativity, and all of that can add to aging as well. All of that can add to aging. Find positive outlets in your life. Try to be as happy as possible, because life, it's like a roller coaster. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but try to find the joy in your circumstances, in your life, and that also will lift your spirit. And if your spirit's lifted and you have a positive disposition, a positive outlook, that also, a lot of people may be surprised, will be a key to aging gracefully as well. Keep yourself up. Look like you are the person that God wants you to be. Look like somebody. Take time with yourself. Self-care, self-preservation. Use that credit card or that debit card, buy yourself a new outfit or two. Update your wardrobe. Get your hair done, or if you're male, groom yourself, groom your beard, get your hair cut. Whatever you need to do. Look your best. Buy a new pair of shoes, new belts. I just feel like, not saying you have to go broke and trying to look nice and presentable, but I believe that, hey, when you feel good and you think you look good, it permeates. It becomes who you are. And I think that's another key. And just because you are a certain age doesn't mean that you're dead. Just because I'm 53 years old, but I'm still, try to stay abreast with current trends and have a few pieces that I like, in my wardrobe. And I feel that all of that plays a key as well. Dressing for success. I'm the type of person, hey, if I'm going to Walmart, or if I'm going to Target, I call it Target, you never know who you're going to run into. I wouldn't feel good not looking my best. The only time you're going to see me looking some kind of way is when I'm working out in my neighborhood and or at my local gym. But even with that being said, if I'm working out at a gym or in my neighborhood, I'm not going to look like a hot mess either. I've invested in some nice workout apparel, nice workout sneakers, socks, nice workout undergarments, jogging exercise pants, capris, tops, t-shirts, and put my hair in a nice exercise-friendly hairstyle. I'm not going to look like a mess when I'm working out either. But so all of that, I feel people ask me, well, wow, you look younger than your age. You seem younger than your age. And I thank them. But I feel there's levels to this. And I just feel like at the core of it all, for me, is having God in my life as well. Just having like some kind of spirituality, some kind of higher entity that keeps me accountable, that holds me accountable, and being that spirituality and being grounded when I wake up in the morning and reading my verses, my Bible verses, praying daily, and sometimes in the middle of the day, at the end of the day. That works for me. I realize that doesn't work for everyone, but for me, having a spiritual base is key. I'm going to also say this. Music is also a key of uplifting my spirit, keeping me feeling youthful and young. I'm a subscriber to satellite radio Sirius XM. I have it in my car. I have the app on my phone, my cell phone. I have it on my laptop. Music is good for the soul. It just brings out a lot of, inner youth in me. It takes me back to times when I was younger, or being current with the current musical trends, and just music is good for the soul. And I know when we have certain events in the area, I like to go to local jazz clubs, or if certain musical artists are in town, I want to attend the musical concert, because music is just very good for me and good for therapy of the soul. All right. So those are my keys for aging gracefully. I know everyone has what works for them, but this is just a quick snapshot and insight as to certain things that I like to utilize that I feel have me aging gracefully. And I hope it continues. Until next time, thank you for tuning in to the Brooklyn Baby Podcast. Be safe, be well, and be blessed. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.